Have you ever noticed someone who never posts pictures online? No selfies, no celebrations, no updates. In a world that rewards attention, these people almost seem invisible. But psychology says that behavior isn't random. It actually reveals a lot about their confidence, mindset, and emotional intelligence. Let's break down the real psychology behind people who don't post their photos on social media. First, privacy over popularity. People who rarely post pictures tend to have a strong sense of privacy. Psychologists call this a privacy orientation. It means they value control over what others see and what others think about them. They're not antisocial. They simply protect their mental space. While most people seek validation through likes and comments, they rely on self-validation. They don't need to announce their life to feel good about it. And that's a subtle sign of inner security. Second, strong self-awareness. Research shows that people who share less online often have a solid sense of who they are. They know their values, their goals, and what truly matters to them without needing outside approval. This makes them less likely to chase trends or compare themselves to others. Their happiness doesn't depend on reactions. It comes from within. They live with something psychologists call self-concept clarity, a clear, stable understanding of themselves, even when the world keeps shifting. Third, emotionally secure. Posting less is often linked to something called secure self-esteem. That's the kind of confidence that doesn't need attention to survive. They don't post selfies to prove their worth because they already feel complete. Psychologists say people with this kind of emotional balance are less anxious, less approval-seeking, and more focused on real-world goals. They know that attention is not affection, and validation is not value. Fourth, deep thinkers, not show-offs. People who stay quiet online are often more introspective. They think before they speak, and they post only when something truly matters. This comes from a cognitive trait called internal locus of evaluation, which means they judge themselves by their own standards, not by others. They prefer authentic conversations over superficial interactions. To them, silence isn't emptiness, it's clarity. Fifth, they understand the digital illusion. Many of them know how easily social media distorts reality. Psychologists call this social comparison theory, where people constantly measure their worth against other people's highlight reels. But by staying low-key, these people protect themselves from that endless comparison cycle. They choose peace over performance. They know that what we see online is rarely real, and that happiness built on comparison never lasts. So the next time you notice someone who doesn't post their pictures, don't assume they're shy or antisocial. They might just be more grounded, more emotionally intelligent, and more self-aware than most people online. They don't need to be seen to feel seen, and that's what real confidence looks like.